What is going on, guys? We are back in our Nighthawks Relocation Fantasy Draft Franchise. It is officially the championship game. There's really no time to waste. We are going to be having Tutu Atwell back from injury for this game, but I will say, I actually did, oh wow, look at what they've done to our roster, but I actually did like the way Diami played. I think Tutu Atwell has been just such a great piece to our entire puzzle throughout, and technically he is the better player outside of release, where it's hard to deny him, but I think because he's coming off of injury, I'm going to ease him back in a little bit and really just kind of play it by ear. You kind of play the hot hand when you're in a situation like this in general, and with Tutu, once again, coming back from an injury that sidelined him for a couple of weeks, you know, it makes sense to, you know, be a little cautious. Of course, the Bears with 2 Player of the Week awards, despite the fact that they lost anyways, as we are going to be facing off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who we recently played in Week 17, which led us to that bye week because we were the #1 seed after that game. Also simming that Week 18 game, and I didn't show the stats of it because I didn't think it really mattered, but a few of you guys actually did want to see that. Dang it. A few guys did want to see that, actually. Restarted this game a bunch of times. I wanted a snow game, didn't happen. I was like, screw it, I'm just going to give up. I just don't care. But looking at this game, Gamble was pretty much perfect. Hawkins didn't really play that well, to be honest. Gibbs didn't play much at all. Ferguson, a couple of touchdowns, some yards. Nothing really too crazy there, but Gamble obviously had a really good game in that one. Pick totals, Tyndall with a pick, and that was kind of it. Taking a look at the roster, see if there's any more, like, you know, morale boost or anything like that. Doesn't really appear to be, but, you know, it's still a roster that's kind of like, there's a good amount of superstars on the team, but at the same time, you are missing a little bit of talent. Like, the safeties, specifically strong safety, is still a bit raw. The linebackers, definitely a bit raw. D-line is amazing, but they don't always get that great of pressure. Corners are absolutely gods, and then sometimes they just fall apart. And then the receivers, they're so inconsistent. Sometimes they burn downfield. Sometimes it takes too long to get open, and we get sacked. The one thing that is constant, though, is that Woodley is a god, and Hawkins is a god. Everything else is always up in the air any specific week. Of course, we will look at our strategy after looking at the Buccaneers roster, which, if you've been watching, you know, you've been following along, you should probably remember them because, once again, Week 17, we just played them. Lamar Jackson is the quarterback. Travis Etienne, the running back, who had a pretty damn good game against us. Olave, Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, these guys were really good. Even Tyler Conklin was one of their leading receivers. Their O-line is great. And, of course, we did not play Creed Humphrey last time. He is healthy for this game. Their O-line is one of the best, if not the best, in the entire league. And Jonathan Allen is also healthy for this game, where he was not last time. And honestly, even Ojulari, I don't remember seeing his name. So, once again, this could be the best team in the entire league. And with that being said, this could be the last episode of the entire franchise, or in general, any Madden 22 video. So, if you guys enjoyed this series, whether we have a Super Bowl to play or not, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new and you aren't subscribed, maybe subscribe. Or you are. You're a continued supporter. Absolutely appreciate you watching, as this has been a great series. And once again, last game, I'll take a look. You know, I'll show the sliders real quick. It could be, you know, team to team based on, you know, how good your roster is and whatnot. But I really felt the challenge, and honestly, that game against the Vikings, I felt as one of the best games of franchise, specifically against the CPU, that I've ever played. So I really like where everything is, and it feels like a legitimate challenge. And even when I want to, like, if it's like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and I'm like, I need this first down, I'm going to try to cheese it. Even if I run something like a double drag, there's no guarantee. Like, that is what I want in a franchise, and I'm hoping for Madden 23, which I would imagine you guys watched the reveal video for my 2 franchises for the, you know, next game. I hope we can get something like that for next year as well, because or next Madden year at least, because this was actually a blast and a super challenge. But speaking of a super challenge, the challenge of stopping their offense, short pass or defending the run, is definitely what we want to work on. So I'm going to go with short pass, just because That's kind of what Lamar Jackson does. And then as far as attacking them goes, could be a completely different beast once again because Jonathan Allen is in. I'm going to start us off with throwing it medium. Here we go. The winner of this game heads to the Super Bowl. We had a couple of upgrade points before this one started, and it was pretty much all offensive lineman stuff. They weren't even great upgrades in general, to be honest. I think Jonah Jackson had like a +3 to run block power, and knowing we had an upgrade, it was like a +1 to spin, 2 to juke move. It really wasn't super significant at all for any of the guys that had upgrades, but that's kind of a side note. We're not too worried about it. We have all of our guys where they need to be for this matchup. The only problem is, once again, the Buccaneers, they made a nice push against us late in that Week 17 game. And once again, that is without Creed Humphrey and without Jonathan Allen. Specifically Jonathan Allen, though, a huge game difference maker, and honestly worries me a little bit. I know we were worried against the Vikings, but this is a team that is absolutely stacked top to bottom, and once again, we're kind of relying on some of the big names that we have where we don't really have an option if we were to lose someone like Hawkins or obviously Gamble, but that kind of goes for either team really with quarterback, but Woodley even. You know, there's some names here that we can't go without, whereas they seemingly played pretty well without guys like Creed or Jonathan Allen. But with them in, I worry that the trenches could be a problem for us, specifically that offensive line they have. There really is no weakness there. And with an amazing AFC Championship completed, the Miami Dolphins will await the winner of this one for a chance to win the Super Bowl. Of course, the Buccaneers will be getting the ball first, and we obviously will take a look at Mr. Lamar Jackson's numbers, which were pretty tame the last time we saw him, and they're still pretty tame as of right now. Didn't really run the ball too much when we played them last, but that was last time. This is the playoffs. A little bit more desperate, a little bit more anything will go kind of situation, and early on, Brian Burns off the edge with the sack. And, of course, a little bit of help from Drake Jackson. Didn't really need it, but that is an amazing start. A lot of players on the defensive line actually making plays there. Really impressive stuff, forcing a 2nd and 20. They're lined up to run, but it would make no sense to run, and they will. There's a holding call, and that will drop them back a bit, but I honestly debate declining this, as I don't think you're going to get much better than a 3rd and 17 if you're us. I'm going to be honest with you. We are not a team that really gets to these situations often anyways. So we're gonna take it and run with it. And that could have been picked as he threw it right to where we were with Tyndall, but kind of wanted that outside route as that had a chance to go for the first. Maybe even got away with a little bit of contact with the cornerback over there, but looks like it was the right call to decline it. I was a little worried that maybe we might have made the wrong call, but it works out, and we're going to get the ball back. We're not back, but we're going to get the ball after they can't even get a first down. Of course, Gamble's numbers close to MVP because he also had some yards on the ground and some touchdowns, but the turnovers were just too much. Interceptions and fumble-wise for the votes to really go in his favor to win it. First play stretch look, they got the corner, it looks like, coming off the wrong side, but they do have 2 superstars over on the side we're running towards, so definitely a little worrisome as we are going to actually lose that yard. Talked about it, though. Jonathan Allen anchoring that defensive line and not allowing us to get off to what we normally would like to, as Diami's going to kind of get pass interfered, but he holds on because the ball is perfect. I'd say Tutu Atwell's lost his job, but at the same time, you go with the hot hand, you go with the guy that's, you know, seen the field more recently, as Hawkins running right through their linebacker. Very impressive there, actually, as once again, they have great players all across the board, with one of those being a great example, Roquan Smith, as Jonathan Allen breaking free, but couldn't get there in time. However, it's going to come back with a holding call. A 2nd and 3 turned first down. Now back to a 2nd and 9. Trap play up the middle. And Jonathan Allen's kind of getting handled early, as we're going to get a bunch of room after the flag and turn it into a 16-yard gain on the trap play. Play action look. That is a linebacker on Sky Moore. So if we can get a little bit of time, I can't imagine they're going to look too great here. And they do actually a pretty good job. Gamble taking off, gains about 6 or 7, catching them off guard. I mean, they were pretty much ready for the scramble, but I just think he's so fast that even, I mean, he's confused them even. They're like, hey, whoa, why are you so fast there? Relax. As no one is on Hawkins, he has a chance here. Nice dive, as it was going to be one-on-one, and Hawkins has made a lot of people miss this year. One of the most elusive players in all of the league. 1st and 10, going to run it with Hawkins. Kind of run him into the ground a little bit with catches and runs, but a scoring drive is important as hell. Play action, we've kind of drawn them in with this, you know, tight look. Going to go to the tight end, Cole Turner, who once again is almost guaranteed to break one tackle off. Gets the first. Jackie Gibbs kind of running the opposite side of Jonathan Allen, who's really reminded me of Gerald McCoy. Almost called him that. And what are we doing here with the blocks? We had the personnel and nobody was out there. Read option, and to be honest, they really feel like they have this completely covered. I don't know if I like it. We're going to hand it off as Hawkins going to slip underneath for a gain of 3. Now a 3rd and goal at the 3. They are near the line of scrimmage. I really don't want to call a timeout here, but I'm going to. Now, the success of this play isn't going to be, you know, determine whether it was a good decision or not. I just think that was a good call. I mean, I didn't really like what we had. Please, Diami, the unsung hero early on for the touchdown on 3rd and goal from the 3. Nice play. Drag route every day of the week. The out route was covered perfectly. Woodley, I think, may have broke free, but there was some traffic there, and Diami was just clean as they could be. Burning. Good throw. Great catch. Easy. Nice long drive. Capped off with 7, which is beautiful after stopping them to a 3 and out, which puts more pressure on them on top of it. Burns, and good job by Booker to get back there on Olave in time. 0 for 2 so far as Lamar. Really his fault necessarily there. Maybe should have got it out a little bit earlier, but overall not terrible. And they are going to run it. Glad he didn't cut back left because we kind of gave him that lane, but I mean, one of the ways he was going to get open. 3rd and 6 now. A chance for back-to-back. Don't want to get too excited, but there's a chance for it. And the drag is open. Underneath. One-on-one. Tackled cleanly. 4th and 2. Going to pull off Anderson here just in case. You never really know where the fake would be anyways, but they're going to punt it. Back-to-back 3 and outs. And Nwangwu don't fumble, as really never got the blocks to make a play. Once again, we got off to a really good start against them the first time we played them, but then we kind of choked. So I want to definitely get some points on the board as Jonathan Allen gets the tackle there. Get as many points on the board as possible before that potential repeat happens, if you will. As if Turner gets out there, we might be looking good on the stretch. And it's a good cutback lane. Going to gain about 4 anyways. Just about. 3rd and 2 now. And I like the inside zone. I think it looks good here. The pulling guard does a pretty good job as Hawkins is one-on-one down the field against the safety. Another conversion. Once again, I do absolutely worry about overrunning Hawkins early, but once again, if it's working, I got to do it. As we've one-on-one against the corner, and the corner does a really good job there. I think that's Caleb Farley, is it? No, it is not as certain. Because I made a mistake on his name, he's going to absolutely make a play on us at some point in this game just for retaliation. Woodley underneath, nobody there, slips off, 1st down. We did just beat him there, I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, nice blocks, actually, and Sertan doing a pretty damn good job again. A gain of 6, but had so many more yards to go for if he would have blocked Tutu Atwell. Maybe trusting him. And wow, there goes Tutu. Oh, there goes Tutu! Tries to make the little dead leg move. Couldn't do it. Successfully, at least. Sertain. He's kind of getting burned. Down to the 7. The injured man making plays. Beautiful route. Trap play, and oh, there goes Jonathan Allen. Trying to slip him. Trying to pull the Barry Sanders on him, but only gaining 2. Fake fullback dive, halfback flip. I mean, if it works, but that is a superstar. Yeah, like I said. Oh, maybe not, though. Gibbs running through a guy, gains 3. From the 2, 3rd and goal. Surely we have to go with the throw. That's how we made the play. last drive. And we're going to throw this away. Going to be grounding. There was probably looks. I seen a couple of guys sit down and were open at that moment. I think Woodley was one of them, but there were so many moving pieces. It was hard to make a read, and it was just, I'd just rather take the field goal than throw away a scoring drive. I mean, looking back, there was maybe a chance you throw that to the outside quickly to Sky Moore. And then, of course, like we said, I did see Woodley. So at least I made the right call. Like, I didn't make the right call, but my vision was there. The vision was there, but the hesitation was also there. And, you know, I remember a very specific play earlier in the season where we had that look. We did throw it a little late on it, but it was still open, and Gamble missed the throw, and it was picked off, which, I mean, it lingers. It's there. You remember everything on any little play, any little route combo that is similar to something you've run before that hasn't gone well, and that's a curl route with Woolen knocking it out. These guys have kind of come to play, though, knocking the ball out. Like, we would never get maybe one a game. We got 2 so far in this game, maybe 3. As Tyndall's going to hit him hard, it's going to be a 3rd and 10. Burns has kind of been burning, speaking of, off that edge. Not going to get it this time. Makes the play, hits him as he's throwing, and that's going to be another 3 and out. This is kind of getting absurd. Keep playing good defense. Offense keeps scoring, and we could be in the Super Bowl. Nice block as New England might actually have a chance to run one back for a chance. Not great, but it's still some yards. Hawkins so far 11 for 61, 5.5 yards per carry. Of course, they're going to say 0 touchdowns, but that's not really the focus. I don't think anyone's going to care about their touchdown total today as long as we win. Inside zone with Jonah Jackson blocking well for once, gaining 9. Do you go for the play here? I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a go for the play situation, but this play action is kind of decent for us, and it's not the craziest play in the world. As that is going to be wide open. Ferg, cut move inside, gets the extra, and cutting again down to the 20. 7 for 7 on fire. Going to left, I don't know if I like this. The play action's a little predictable. We've seen this a couple times. Ferguson might be too tired to run that out. I think we're just going to run it to safely play it. And Hawkins could have scored, but doesn't. And more importantly, we get nothing because it's going to be a hold. I do have to admit, though, we don't get lanes like that often. So the fact that we did get open makes a lot of sense, even though it was the opposite side. I'm thinking that was just a straight-up sell. Newhouse with the sell, I think. Double move seems a little like we still don't really have the room to go double on this, but Gamble, throw it away. Damn it. If we would have taken off earlier, we would have had a lot of room to run, but we just didn't. So I would assume DT making a play there had enough of a lead up to actually beat us, where normally he obviously wouldn't have that speed. Ferguson underneath is going to gain a lot of yards. Maybe even the first, almost. Saw Sky Moore down the field, but every single time we've taken that look, it's just been incomplete. So we just didn't go to it, and I mean, it works out as it's now 3rd and 1. Wham, going up against Jonathan Allen's a little scary, but we're going to do it. And the tight end does just enough. Woodley going up against the DT win. It was at a pretty good start. How is that not? Can we challenge this? That should have easily been a first down, no? I don't know where they're going to mark it, but I think that's a bad call. I think that's a first down, simply put. And they give us the first down. It's a good challenge. And the worst part is it's one of those plays that because we won the challenge and because, you know, nothing really bad kind of came of it, no one's going to remember how bad of a call that was. If that's a late read, we're going to just take the sit down, gain about 2, which is, you know, I kind of got what I wanted out of that play. I mean, I didn't get what I want, obviously. That's the problem. But, you know, I wanted Woodley, couldn't get him. Ferguson looked covered, so I was just like, okay, I got my reads. Not going to do it. And we're going to go for Woodley. How is that picked off? Elliott with an amazing interception, but how is that picked off? I don't understand how this is picked off. Maybe we waited a little too long. We did wait a little too long, in fairness, but yeah, that's just not a good read. Should have threw that in right away. Waited way too long, especially if you're going to go high point with a 6'5" wide receiver. Sure, you might have a deflection, but it shouldn't be picked off if you throw it early, and we didn't. And looking pretty good on that play. 3 yards. Really hate the fact that we used the challenge to not get points on the drive. You know, it was already kind of like a just go for it on 4th and inches anyways type of situation. But without scores, Booker? And Booker just sold as Olave is going to get their first down of the game, which could have been picked. Instead, they're at the 45. Everything we worked for in the first half could be completely gone here if they score a buzzer beater halftime score. Oh, he missed hard. That's a really good cutback by Travis Etienne, slipping off, gaining 7. One positive thing, though, is that we haven't really had to open our playbook up on defense too much to make stops, so we can get creative soon. Oh, we just got burned over there. To be fair, we thought we had the help of Sharp, and Sharp just stopped running with, which, in fairness, he did need to play the hook. I'm going to let Porter and everyone blitz. Running. Oh, come on, Sharp. You got to knock that out, buddy. We brought the house on that one. Lamar is a threat. Oh, wow, they're throwing that quickly. The outside, Woolen all over it, kind of rolled over him to avoid the late hit penalty. Is that Porter playing against a wide receiver? A slot wide receiver at that. Good coverage, though. Screen pass. Would have probably been a touchdown. I mean, we really weren't out there, to be honest. Order on the running back. And, of course, Olave holds on in the clutch down to the 2. And we already wasted a timeout earlier. We kind of just wish they would have scored there, considering that conversion was basically a touchdown in our book anyways. Although, I think we're going to call timeouts just because if we want that clock, you know, you want a chance, you kind of have to call the timeout here. Because what are you going to do with 1 or 2 timeouts, 20 seconds? You know, you can't really do anything with that. And we stopped the fullback dive. It is now a 3rd and goal from the 2, maybe the 3. Got a couple of wide receivers out here. I'd probably feel better just putting a bunch of players in, but not actually running goal line, just because this could very well be a pass. It's not. Tyndall outside. The cutback. And nobody can get a handle on Travis Etienne, so all that happened was we wasted all our timeouts for them to still get the touchdown. Jordan Davis had him, and he just didn't wrap up. I'm pretty sure it was Jordan Davis. I still think it was the smart call. They brought how many wide receivers? Like 2 wide receivers out there? Easily, with their speed and route running, they could have easily ran a slant or 2, and goal line gets killed on that every day of the week. Of course, with no timeouts, I think it's probably smart to give it a chance for Nwangwu. He's going to only get it to the 20. Kind of looking like man coverage. Kind of like Ferg on the comeback route here, to be honest. And I do like it. Can't get out of bounds. Hurry up to the line and spike this. They maybe didn't need to. 13 seconds is a lot of time, though, to lose without a play being called, right? Without actually having a play set. That's, you know, that's a lot of clock. We're going to try this throw, and it's a dot! But Woodley doesn't get the feet down! That was literally a perfect throw! Oh my god. Ferguson has that inside leverage, so I'm actually going to let him streak. I mean, I think you got to take that. One-on-one Ferg. One-on-one Ferg! Holds on! Spike! Oh! It took 21 seconds?! No shot. It takes 21 seconds. That is bull crap. We actually just got scammed. No cap. What happened? Did somebody fall down? Are they kidding? Oh my god, wasted opportunity on a god tier catch. In what world are we not getting from the 35? Even if it's all the way down to the 3, how? That is an insane catch, and it's kind of for nothing. Oh my, we just got scammed. That should have been a field goal. I actually was thinking on the spike that we were going to have like 6 seconds left to maybe throw something. That was maybe a little too ambitious, but to not even get the spike off is absolutely absurd, and we're only up by 3 because of that shenanigans. I honestly don't know what happened, but let's forget about it. You know, you got to have a short memory. And Hawkins gaining about 8 on the first play from the second half. Probably could run it, but once again, kind of looking for a little bit more balance in the offense. And that's some PI, but it works out. I mean, it's at least holding, right? It's got to be. Stretch look. Left side looks a bit more open, but left side is also, even though we have better blockers, they're always the worst side for blocking for us. Hawkins makes the most of it, gains about 3. They're pressing hard, and I will be honest with you, we are not good in press, like, at all. This Gamble's going to have to roll out and throw this away. Like I said, you press us, and we die. Like, even if we run slants or drags, we just don't know how to beat the press. Quick throw to the outside, Hawkins. Uh-oh, that's kind of the wrong way, Hawkins. And I also didn't even realize that was third down. I thought it was second. I mean, we felt like we had so much momentum. We had felt like we had the game in control, but as you can tell here on this drive, Booker, please. We aren't. I mean, it's a close game. Anyone's game, specifically this drive where the score could change, or the lead, I suppose, could change. 1st and 10 after that fail. It is going to be a run as expected, and Tyndall barely filtrates, making them only gain a yard. Not bad. Once again, this D-line is holding up as well as possible against a team this good in their offensive line talent. I mean, this is a very good offensive line. And what are we doing? Sharp, good tackle. I think it was all Woolen. I don't know what happened. Woolen does jump the curl, and he's not supposed to. Thankfully, Sharp recovers, because that could have been a touchdown. Sharp is actually supposed to go over to that corner spot where Woolen was, and Woolen was supposed to drop back. So I don't know who made the mistake, but I imagine it was actually Woolen, because, I mean, Sharp has to kind of react to the corner more than anyone, right? Like, even if his job is to go, shallow, if the guy that's supposed to cover deep doesn't go deep, he's got to sit there, and recover for his mistake. Once again, doesn't really matter. It's another first down to the 28-yard line. And I'll promise you, I am not trying to make these games close for video value. These are legitimately tough games. And maybe sometimes we're just maybe not being aggressive enough. But in general, I mean, it's just the way these games have played. I suppose it's kind of how the playoffs work. No matter how predetermined of a game, it's like, oh, well, this team should easily kill this team. Never like that, right? As Porter does a great, no, it's not, as Jabril Cox making a great tackle there. 3rd and 5. I really wanted to run a blitz, proper blitz, but, I mean, bring him in a little bit. And the pressure was not enough. I thought it was overthrown. What a catch. And this is a little predetermined, even on, on a first down, but I'm going to run commit. It's got to be a run. It's not. But Tyndall gets there, a little dangerous because he went low on the QB, but had to try to beat it, and he does. No one can complain there, I don't think. It was tough, but I think we did it. I mean, we did, but, it was close for a penalty. And there's nobody in the corner there. That is all Sharp. And the Buccaneers take the lead. All right, Scott, you've been close all season. This is the time to do it. Not going to get it. Up by 4. That was a long drive, too. Well, we're getting a chance to return it. Blocks aren't looking too great. They don't look great at all, actually, to the 21. All right, double move inside. This is where Sky Moore would normally burn, but he was, moved back to the number 2 spot. And we probably did have him. Throw it away. Right about to get sacked. I mean, we get sacked there. That may be the drive. Trap play on 2nd and 10. Dangerous. But if we get a trap play that we're, used to seeing. Ooh, a little bit of a face mask, no? Gaining 4. A lot of moving pieces. Hawkins has got a slant as they're covering that out. Really hoping Ferg gets open, but Sky Moore could be my look. And there goes Hawkins. Great throw and catch. Nice attempt to break extra tackles. So the 42 was worried because Campbell's missed so many throws like that to Hawkins this season. Dammy on the sweep, which actually looks promising. Last week looked really good on them. And not really a whole lot to get, so we're going to try to gain as much as we can, about 2. We're going to take Ferguson, who just clears the middle with no one around. Holds on for the first down and then some. I mean, they're coming up, but, it never works out. And Woodley's so open. Was going to wait for... Nice slip-off first down. Was going to wait for the in-cut, but Woodley was just so up, and I had to just take him. Who would have thought anytime a linebacker's on Woodley, it's a guarantee. He's just too good, man. Going left on the stretch. And the blocks are okay. We gain about 5. About to be the 4th quarter. Hawkins is near 100. I don't know what the stats are for games won when Hawkins is at 100, but got to be pretty decent. We're going to go with the stretch again. We're actually going to hike this before the fourth, which, I mean, with the success we had, probably not a good call. But I kind of liked it. I don't know. It looked good. Ferguson's not bad. Streak Sky more. Looking for Woodley, but it could be a predetermined to Ferg. I ain't going to lie. Woodley holds on to the 4. Good throw. Good catch. Maybe should have just went for the safe possession, but I felt like he had so much room that it was worth it. Slant route. Do they have the ability to cover Diami on the wiggle? And they do not. Touchdown 2 for Diami Brown. Beautiful route running. Throw is on the money. The route running's great. The catch is great. And the lead we now regain is great. Hoping it is again, as they're going to audible. Anytime they audible, they seem like they know what they're doing, which is worrisome as Booker is not even out there. And yeah, that's a little sad. 8-yard gain. Tyndall gets pushed around. Jabril with a great tackle, but damn near another 8-yard gain. Got the safeties playing off a little bit. Don't think they realize that Jabril's going to be the extra blitzer. And they get really good blocks there. Maybe a face mask, a gain of 4. So technically better defense, right? I'm going to probably drop back Porter on 88 there. 88's got a chance to run free. Nope, we're not. Try to get into play. Good spin, but great team effort as they're going to lose a yard. 3rd and 6. Come with mid with the press. This could be challenging. I'm going to need Sharp to make a hell of a play here. And they're going to run this, and that is just a terrible call. We're stacked up. I don't know what they thought, but that's a really bad decision. We get beat on mid quite a bit in the pass game, but run game? That's a tough beat. I don't know if I like that call from them. You don't come close to that. Close to getting the spin back towards the playing field, but not close enough as the ball hits the end zone first. 1st and 10. If we don't give them the ball back, we win the game and move on to the Super Bowl. Easier said than done, but Hawkins is going to get a nice start of it, gaining nearly 10. A full 1st down instead of a nearly 10. Outside stretch kind of look. And, utilizing the speed. Stays in bounds and all, gaining 4. What an attempt. 3rd best rush defense, allowing 120 today. Don't feel bad, boys. It happens. As this looks good. If our guys get their initial blocks, we're fine. And Wills all the way out there makes an amazing play for the 1st down. What a block. That's a really good block. ISO with the tiny Hawkins, but inside has been pretty good for him in his career. Ain't gonna lie. As he's gonna gain about 4. Gonna go with a pass play now. We should have taken Woodley, dude. Woodley was there, but Gamble's got a lot of room to run and takes it to the 39. Of course, goes out of bounds, but that is all right. No fumble or anything. It's just tough because Woodley on those types of plays is hit or miss. You just never know. Should have trusted him, but didn't. It's okay because it's still turned into a decent gainer as Hawkins is slipping. Maybe should have slowed down and played a little more patiently behind the line, but that's okay. A lot of yards allowed, but once again, similar to our defense, they are a bit of a bend, don't break, and it's kind of worked out so far, so that might be a little misleading. 2nd and 3 run, as we're going to have to just follow right behind the center as Jonah Jackson gets beat, gaining 2 there. And if you need 1 yard, going to Gibbs isn't the worst call in the world. Let's go for it. Right at the middle. Oh, the nice blocks. Gibbs really doesn't get a lot there, to be honest. Only 2. But it's a 1st down. Maybe should be looking to stop or to get that clock moving a little bit more. Stretch play to the right. Looking pretty good, but the wide receiver misses. Hawkins is running free to the 11. Found just enough blocks, kind of ducking underneath, making a great play out of it. Hawkins is a damn national treasure. He's my boy. We wouldn't be here without him. Diami in motion. And there's some room. Oh, no. Kind of didn't see number 4 coming off the edge there and was getting ready to just race to the end zone in the corner spot, but should have just went straight up. Would have gained like 7 or 8. Instead, it's only a gain of 3, trying to go for it all. We know the touchdown kind of wins us the game, but they obviously don't want us to pass it. Gain of 1. Clock is moving, but I think you probably look to throw this. Halfback angle. Can you really trust more on that? I don't know what to think here. We're going to do it, though. Woodley's not going to get there, but Gamble could. And we're short, I think. 4th and inches from the 1. Like, surely you have to go for this, right? We're in a situation where if we actually get this... Oh, my God. We're going against freaking Jonathan Allen. I think you have to go for this QB sneak. Come on, Gamble. And he's in. Let's go. It is so hit or miss with the QB sneak. Could have easily been a stuff. Gamble's feeling himself as we are potentially headed to the Super Bowl. Great blocks up front. I mean, kind of anyone could have made that. Look, number 67, dude. He just missed. That could have been his stuff easily. And that guy's been great for them, too, on top of it. So, like, that, I'm surprised wasn't a stop, to be honest. You got plenty of time. Jackson, nice. But to say, kind of let Lamar break contain a little bit. Once again, this would take a damn near miracle, but at the same time, I don't want to see them try. Way with a nice push off. And that's, I mean, once again, really good coverage. They ran 3 guys in a 1 player's vicinity, making it pretty easy, believe it or not. Burns help. Porter against the running back in case it's a screen. Running back will go out for a route, and we're late, but that's going to be an iffy throw. And Woolen got grabby, and they're going to call a flag. Try to go for the pick, and whatever reason he decided instead of going for the pick, he's just going to grab him. Well, that's a boneheaded move. There was literally no need for that. It was locked up. Why he's not going for the pick there, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Yeah, we're a little late there. Good try by Porter, but kind of a little worried about Lave winning on the slant, but didn't. So it kind of made us just look stupid as hell. Wade, who's actually played pretty well here. Ironically enough, there goes Woolen. Make up for it and drops the pick that would have sealed the game. Way to go. Come on, Jordan Davis. You kind of been useless today. I'm going to be honest with you. Spin move ain't going to work. Toss to the side like nothing. And that is not a blown coverage. Woolen picks it, and we're going to be headed to the Super Bowl. I actually thought he fit that right in there, and obviously he did not. They're obviously the defense going to make some sort of crazy play happen, so Hawkins, just don't fumble, dude. Like, that's all you got to do. Kind of just running right at them and just holding both hands. I wish we had like a legit like speed option type play. It would feel comfortable with that. As Hawkins getting in about 2, nothing much. Probably just going to pitch this to Gibbs or something like that and call it. Oh, don't do it to him, Gibbs. At least give him a chance. And damn, number 68 couldn't get out there trying to make the cutback. At least he stayed in play, and the Buccaneers are hyped for pretty much nothing, to be honest. Lamar's on the run. He's going to throw this, get a little bit of running head start. Nobody's going to pick it. Once again, you would have thought maybe he'd set up something a little bit shorter, get the the field goal running, maybe a chance at an onside, because I mean anything in the middle of the field is literally GG. And Lamar's going to run and slide away this chance at the Super Bowl as Tampa's going to go down 24-14 as we are going to have our Cinderella moment where we at least make it to the Super Bowl. Will we win? I do not know. I have no idea about this Dolphins team that we're about to face, and they did just put up 44 freaking points in a playoff game, which is kind of absurd. It's literally almost double what we did. Of course, we were pretty safe, but at the same time, wanted to do a little bit more when it comes to scoring because we put up so many yards and just kind of failed to score touchdowns when we really should have been every time. But a win is a win against one of the best teams in the league. And let's take a look at those official numbers as Gamble was actually really solid. Rushing was great as usual. ETN we locked up pretty nicely even though our focus was stopping the short pass. Ferguson was really good. Diami with his 2 goal line, red zone type route runs for the win. I mean, those are really good plays. Tutu Atwell with a 38-yarder came back in strong. Elliott, that pick was a really bad decision, but pick for Woolen, pick for Elliott, and a dub for the Nighthawks. We have some upgrade points, but we're going to wait till next episode, as it'll be the final episode of the series, a final episode or video of Madden 22 in general, and we'll have potential dev-ups, like guys like Gamble, who should probably get a dev-up, as once again, he was literally like one of the MVP candidates, like top 3. But that is going to be it. My voice is kind of gone, but hopefully you're not gone for too long, as later today we will be posting the Super Bowl finale, win or lose. It'll be the end. Not a bad way to end the Madden 22 year. Kind of perfectly. Win or lose, you know, even if we get smoked 50-0, it's still making the Super Bowl with this Nighthawks team is an absolute dream, and I think we've succeeded. I think we've done a great job, and hopefully you guys are there with me, though, to send this one off into the Madden 23 cycle. And yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel Pkr Plays, and then if I were to start streaming again, it would definitely be on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, so maybe give it a follow. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys come back for next episode. But until next episode, the final episode, see